If you yawn near a kimchi jar, the spice spirit will weaken, and the kimchi will lose its flavor. This lesser-known belief, whispered in older Korean kitchens, speaks of the maepji, or spice spirit, said to live inside properly fermenting kimchi. The spirit was believed to thrive on heat, patience, and respect. But a yawn? That's an insult. It implies boredom, and the maepji takes it personally. Families were told to stifle yawns near the ongi jars, especially during early fermentation. Some even kept tiny bells, or slapped their cheeks to stay alert while checking the cabbage. One tale says a sleepy uncle yawned near 3 jars, and by morning, all 3 tasted like water. A few elders still tap the lid and whisper an apology after a sneeze or sigh, just in case. If you sneeze while holding a spoon, you have to bury it. That's what people believed in parts of 18th century Dorset. The sneeze was thought to jolt spirits clinging to household objects, spoons in particular, since they were said to absorb intention through the mouth. If you didn't bury the spoon by nightfall, legend had it you'd lose something by morning. A memory, a friend, a button. It didn't matter, but it was guaranteed. Households near rivers kept a special tin by the hearth labeled unclean spoons. Some were never buried, just kept cursed and rattling when no one was near. Was it just a way to scare kids out of sneezing into their stew? Maybe, but some old gardens still turn up spoons, tarnished and alone. If you twist an Oreo 3 times clockwise, it's said the filling will answer your question. Not just any question, one you've been putting off. In one 1950s kitchen manual banned shortly after printing, it claimed that a clean split means yes, and a crumble means don't ask again. Some called it desert divination. Others just called it bad luck with cookies. But the rule was clear. Don't say the question out loud. Well, which is it? There was a time when whistling on Tuesdays was illegal. No whistling on Tuesdays? That was the rule in a few towns in the 19th century. Train towns across Europe, actually. See, back then, night engineers would use short whistles to communicate with each other. And civilians, well, they weren't trained in the ways of the railway. So if someone was whistling near a switching yard, it could be mistaken for a signal. So towns like Alderney and Falsdorf posted signs saying, "Tuesday whistling forbidden, fines apply." But it didn't stop there. One Bavarian mayor claimed that whistling on Tuesdays thinned the air and made horses anxious. Another said it woke up the draft spirits, which messed with the flow of air in chimneys. A boy once got fined for whistling to a goat. The goat was fine, but the city clerk wasn't. So if it's Tuesday, just zip it. To stop nightmares, sleep with potatoes under your bed. In parts of Eastern Europe, it was once common to keep raw potatoes under the bed to prevent nightmares. The idea, potatoes grow in the dark, so they understand the dark. They were believed to absorb bad dreams, pulling them down into the ground where they belonged. Folklore said a properly placed potato could soak up 5 nightmares before spoiling. Some families even marked them with chalk lines, 1 tick per bad dream avoided. In one Transylvanian village, kids were given dream potatoes carved with little faces. They weren't toys, they were guardians, one tale warns. If the potato ever sprouted overnight, it meant your nightmare had tried to grow. Victorians believed mummies could cure illness, and they literally ground them into powder. This wasn't fringe. It was mainstream medicine for centuries. The substance was called mumia, ground-up bits of Egyptian mummies, sold in apothecaries as a cure for everything from coughs to internal bleeding. It started with a misunderstanding. European doctors thought the resin used in embalming had healing properties, so naturally they decided to eat it. By the 1800s, powdered mummy was in pills, syrups, even paint. Wealthy patients paid top coin for fresh mummy dust. There were even counterfeits. It didn't work, obviously, but it did lead to the destruction of thousands of ancient remains. Well, which is it? Did you know that carrots were once believed to improve your singing voice, not your eyesight? Back in the 18th century, people used to eat carrots before singing to help them hit those high notes. They believed that eating carrots would give them more power and control over their voices. And while there's no scientific evidence to support this claim, there is a lot of anecdotal evidence from people who swear by the power of carrots for singing. One such person was a famous singer who claimed that eating carrots helped her to extend her vocal range. She even went on to record an album called the Carrot Album in the 1930s. So if you're a singer and you're looking for a little bit of extra help hitting those high notes, you might want to try eating some carrots before your next performance. Just don't expect them to do anything for your eyesight. On the third full moon of the year, cows dream in color. This pastoral belief originated from mid-1800s Swiss herders, claimed their most relaxed, vibrant milk came from dream-brightened cows. It'd say, "When Luna blooms thrice, the cattle remember blue." Farmers would leave out soft music, lavender bundles, and even old paintings of fields, hoping the imagery would enter the cows' minds. Some claimed that if you whispered a wish into the cow's ear before moonrise, it would show up in the milk foam by morning. One farmer swore his cow painted a sunset in spilled cream. Another simply said, "You could taste the vivid dreams in the creams." Spilling coffee on your left shoe is said to delay bad news. The origin? Most likely 19th century Prague, where coffee houses were central to politics, gossip, and occasionally curses. Legends said the left foot was the foot of fate. If you accidentally spilled coffee on your left shoe, especially dark roast, it meant fate had been stirred. And whatever bad news was on its way took a detour. Some businessmen would intentionally tap their left boot with the rim of their cup before opening letters. One even claimed it kept a tax audit at bay for 6 months. Superstitious servers in Vienna were said to whisper, "Only the right spills fast," meaning if you're going to mess up, pray it's on the left. Never say your own name after midnight while looking into a microwave. It's not about cooking, it's about what's listening. Some say it's the reflection, a second version of you, trapped in the dark glass. Others say it opens something, a loop, a name-shaped echo. If you've done it and don't remember, the silence is what remembered you. Unplug it, just to be safe. Well, which is it? In South Korea, some still believe that sleeping with a fan on in a closed room can kill you. It's called fan death, and it's one of the most persistent modern superstitions. The idea is, if you leave an electric fan running overnight in a sealed room, it could cause asphyxiation or hypothermia. So serious is the belief that many fans sold in Korea come with automatic shut-off timers, and it's still mentioned in news reports, safety warnings, and advice from elders. Some blame government propaganda from the 1970s used to discourage electricity use. Others say it's just a lingering folk belief wrapped in modern packaging. Is it scientifically true? No. But ask someone's grandmother, and she unplugged that thing immediately. Well, which is it? If your toast lands butter side up 3 times in a row, the universe owes you a favor. That's the rule, but only if no one else is watching. Some call it coincidence. Others say it's alignment, a sign you're momentarily in sync with something bigger. The 4th piece of toast, that's not breakfast. That's an answer. Well, which is it? Posting a reel or short exactly 17 minutes past the hour draws the algorithm's eye. Some say it mimics old clockwork spells. Others believe it's just the quietest time. No proof, no science. But creators who try it, they rarely stop. Well, which is it? Follow for more lore.